Hello and welcome to Raju Notes channel, your pit stop for weekly current affairs updates. The updates tailor-made for students taking all kinds of competitive exams like UPSC, civils, defense and placement interviews. Please subscribe to the channel and stay updated every Sunday. The bilateral exercise Konkan 2025 between Indian Navy and Royal Navy commenced this week off western coast in India. The exercise reaffirms the shared commitment of both nations to ensure secure, open, and free sea and exemplifies the comprehensive strategic partnership outlined in the India UK Vision 2035. The exercise will be conducted in two phases from 5th to 12th of October 2025. The harbor phase will feature professional interactions between naval persons, cross deck visits, sports fixtures, and cultural exchanges. Joint working group meetings and subject matter experts exchanges are also planned. After the October production hike, OPEC Plus, the group comprising the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries plus Russia and some other smaller producers, have decided to raise the oil input by 137,000 barrels per day from November. OPEC Plus has increased its oil output targets by more than 2.6 million BPD this year, equating to about 2.5% of global demand. The shift in policy after years of cut is designed to regain market share from rivals such as United States shale producers. Last week, the global crude oil price slumped heavily. Brent crude oil futures declined 8.1% to close to $64.53 per barrel on Friday, while US crude tumbled 7.4% during the week to end at $60.88 per barrel. In Bhutan, a sudden flood in Omchu River earlier this week left several families and workers stranded in Bhutan's temporary housing and workforce camp. Despite challenging weather conditions, a coordinated rescue effort between Bhutanese authorities and the Indian Army ensured all affected individuals were brought to the safety. While a Druk air helicopter was unable to take off due to inclement weather, Bhutan sought urgent support from India. In a prompt and a commendable response, two helicopters from Indian Army were deployed and arrived at site at 12:55 p.m. The teams airlifted stranded workers to safety and ensured they received immediate medical care. The Royal Government of Bhutan has expressed sincere gratitude to the Indian Army for its timely and life saving assistance, as well as the Royal Bhutan Army and Druk Air Team for their courageous effort. India beat Pakistan in One Day International World Cup again, extends 100% win record at 13 is to 0. India defeated Pakistan by 88 runs in their Women's World Cup 2025 match in Colombo on Sunday. With this, India extends the 100% winning run against Pakistan in One Day International World Cup, be it either men's or women's, to 13 matches. The match witnessed India register their highest total of 247 against Pakistan in a Women's World Cup match ever. India creates history, record their highest medal tally at the World Para Athletes Championship. India ended their World Athlete Para Championship 2025 campaign with 22 medals, creating history by recording their highest medal tally in a single edition. India bagged 6 gold, 9 silver, and 7 bronze medals. India's gold medalists include Simran Sharma, Nishad Kumar, Sumit Antlip, Sandeep Sanjay Sargar, Rinku Huda, and Sailesh Kumar. The 12th edition of the World Para Athletics Championship has drawn over 2,000 athletes from 104 nations competing across 186 events. India's 73 member squad features 54 men and 19 women. The competition concluded on October the 5th. United States scientists Mary E. Burntnow and Fred Ramsdell, along with Japan's Shimon Sakaguchi, have been awarded 2025 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for their groundbreaking discovery on peripheral immune tolerance. The scientists awarded the prize for discovering how the immune system protects us from thousands of different microbes trying to invade our bodies. Announced by the Nobel Committee last week at a ceremony in Stockholm, Sweden, the trio were honored for identifying regulatory T cells, key components that prevent the immune system from attacking our own body's tissues. This discovery has paved the way for new treatments in autoimmune diseases, cancer, and organ transplantation. A growing number of multinational corporations are exiting Pakistan due to rising militancy, corruption, and regulatory challenges, according to a report by a leading newspaper. According to the report, firms like Procter and Gamble, Shell, Microsoft, Uber, Yamaha, and Pfizer are scaling back or leaving. Economic instability, currency devaluation, high taxes, and poor policy implementation are driving this trend. The report said the exits reflect lack of confidence in Pakistan's long term business climate, while some argue these are strategic global shifts. The overall impact, including falling foreign investment and deindustrialization, signal deeper structural problems. Aiming to enable interoperability in military communication domain, the Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO released Indian Radio Software Architecture IRSA Standard 1.0, designing to ensure waveform portability software defined radios called as SDR interoperability, certification and conformance. The IRSA, which has been released in collaboration with the Integrated Defense Staff IDS, is a comprehensive software specification for SDRs, defining standardization interference, application program interface APIs, execution environments, and waveform portability mechanisms. The DRDO stated that the launch of IRSA represents a defining step in India's journey towards self reliance in defense communication technologies, embodying the vision of building indigenous, interoperable, and future ready SDR solutions. The solution is designed in India for India and ready for the world. Foreign Minister of Afghanistan, Malwali Amir Khan Mutaki, reached New Delhi on a week long visit to India. External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Randir Jaiswal said in a social media post that the Indian side is looking forward to discussions with him on bilateral relations and regional issues. The visit comes after Mr. Mutaki was given a special exemption by the United Nations Security Council to travel to India. This is the first ministerial level visit to India since the Taliban took control in Afghanistan in August 2021. The External Affairs Minister had underlined Indian traditional friendship with the Afghan people and discussed ways and means of taking cooperation forward. During the recent earthquakes in Afghanistan, India sent relief material via Chabahar to Kannauр province. India also gifted ambulances and also converted their embassy to a full stature. Hungarian novelist and screenwriter Laszlo Kárszánharhokai has won the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize for Literature. The Nobel Committee at the Sweden Academy in Stockholm made this announcement last week. He was recognized for his compelling and visionary oeuvre that, in the midst of apocalyptic terror, reaffirms the power of art. He will get about $1.2 million as a prize money. The Literature Prize was the fourth to be announced this week, following the 2025 Nobels in Medicine, Physics, and Chemistry. The seventh meeting of the India Brazil Trade Monitoring Mechanism TMM was held in New Delhi. Commerce Secretary Rajesh Agrawal and the Secretary of Foreign Trade of Brazil, Tatania Lasdera Pazeres, discussed ways to boost bilateral trade and investment, expand the India Mercosur PTA, and enhance collaboration in the sectors such as pharmaceuticals, chemicals, MSMEs, and finance. The outcome of the meeting will be reviewed by Vice President of Brazil and Minister of Commerce and Industry of India during the visit of the former to India next week. During the state visit of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Brazil in July of this year and meeting with the President of Brazil, His Excellency Mr. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, the leaders set a target to increase bilateral trade to $20 billion over the next 5 years. Three scientists from the United States have won 2025 Nobel Prize in Physics for groundbreaking experiments that showcased quantum physics in action using a chip. Their work has paved the way for advancement in quantum computers, quantum sensors, and quantum cryptography. Their experiments demonstrated quantum mechanical tunneling and energy quantization in an electrical circuit large enough to be held by hand. This discovery confirms quantum effects can exist on microscopic, macroscopic scale. Experts hail the achievement as a major step in ongoing development of quantum technologies that could transform digital systems worldwide. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh this week reiterated India's stand against terrorism, emphasizing that the terror and talks cannot go together. He stressed that terror and trade and water and blood cannot flow together. The minister made these remarks while holding a wider ranging bilateral meeting with his Australian counterpart, Richard Marles, in Canberra during his official visit to Australia. Both sides reaffirmed their shared commitment to deepening defense cooperation across a wide spectrum, including military exercises, maritime security, defense industry, collaboration, and joint research in science and technology. The talks culminated with the signing of three key agreements, including an agreement on information sharing, submarine search and rescue cooperation, and terms of reference on establishing of joint staff talks. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held wide range talks with his British counterpart Keir Starmer in Mumbai. The meeting focused on boosting the India UK ties in areas of trade, defense, and security and critical technology. Later in the day, both the prime ministers attended the CEO forum and engaged with businesses and industry leaders on opportunities presented by the India UK Comprehensive Economic Trade Agreement called as CETA. Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Stammer also participated in the sixth edition of the Global FinTech Fest in Mumbai and delivered keynote addresses. Earlier, Strammer held a series of wide ranging interactions in Mumbai. He met with business leaders and described the India UK trade partnership as really important. Speaking at an interaction with industry representatives, he said, "This is the biggest trade mission that the United Kingdom has ever sent to India." Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal wrapped up a 3 day visit to Qatar this week, making a significant step in economic ties between the two nations as they set ambitious bilateral trade targets. During his visits, Mr. Goyal called on Qatar's Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani. Both sides reaffirmed their commitment to advancing trade and investment cooperation under the strategic partnership establishing during the visit of Qatar's Amir to India. The highlight of the visit was the Joint Commission meeting on economic and commercial cooperation held on the 6th of this month, which Mr. Goel chaired with Qatar's Minister of Commerce and Industry, Sheikh Faisal bin Thani bin Faisal Al Thani. The two ministers reviewed various aspects of bilateral trade and investment relations and agreed to intensify efforts towards achieving targets of doubling bilateral trade by 2030 and launching negotiations for a free trade agreement. India unveiled its National Red List Roadmap and Vision 2025-2030 at the IUCN World Conservation Congress 2025, marking a significant milestone in establishing a comprehensive framework for species assessment and conservation. The initiative, launched by Union Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change Kirti Vardhan Singh at a Asia Pavilion, reinforces India's commitment to biodiversity documentation, threat assessment, and evidence based conservation planning. Speaking at the launch, Minister for State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change Kirti Vardhan Singh said the roadmap would guide India's conservation strategy through 2030. He said government is collaborating closely with IUCN and various departments are working together to prepare this red list. He said future conservation policies will be based on this insight and data integration generation through this process, helping us identify endangered species and direct focuses on protection efforts. The Nobel Peace Prize for the year 2025 was awarded to Maria Corina Machado for her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela. Machado, also known as the Iron Lady in Venezuela, was listed in the Times magazine's The 100 Most Influential People of 2025 list. As the leader of democracy movement in Venezuela, Maria Corina Machado is one of the most extraordinary examples of civilian courage in Latin America in the recent times.
Well, that's all, friends, for this week's updates. See you soon next Sunday on the same channel. Till then, take care. Bye bye.